Hi, Paul.
Hey, Joe.
Well, YouTubers, Paul's home at just a hair before 5 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. And he brought home some pizza and a gigantic pork chop with onions all over it. So,
Well, they left.
well, yeah, well, you don't want to waste that stuff, you know. So that was this pot of beans and some stuff we've got. I was actually craving sauerkraut tonight. I might open up some sauerkraut and heat that up. And this might be sort of a pig out evening here, actually. Any adventures today at the hotel, Paul?
Gail showed up to turn in her thing saying she's allowed to come back to work.
Oh, okay. So your immediate supervisor has returned after
Right. She'll start back tomorrow.
a hiatus there, yeah.
She's got a boot on. She said that she's not going to wear that boot. She's going to wear the other. She has a thing that's it's just a flat sole with an open top.
Yeah,
But it has a heel on it.
yeah.
She's gonna wear that. Plus her doctor's got her wearing a leg brace on her other leg because her bones are rubbing together.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't get the impression this is going to slow her down very much because I don't get the impression she was all that mobile to start with. I get the impression that the most mobility she was engaging in was when you were actually off there for a while. She before she got injured, sort of while you were off.
She didn't even know it was broke. She just kept bitching about the foot hurting her.
Well, you didn't
Finally,
either.
her doctor took an X-ray of it, and that's when he saw the broke bone.
Was hers an ankle or just some bone in her foot?
It's supposed to have been a bone on one of the bones on the top of her foot.
Oh. Well, I wonder if it may well be, I don't know, I wonder if she'll end up getting avascular necrosis of that particular bone. I wonder if it's a talus fracture. Well, that's neither here nor there. I would not wish that on her at all, obviously. But this is going to keep her fairly under control because she won't be able to be popping around noticing things that she thinks that you need to be doing even though you've already done them or are getting ready to immediately do them. Yeah. So that actually, that may be just the exact way to manage her. Yeah. Well, anyway, anything else? Any other?
No. Just my foot really doesn't bother me during the day. It's when I go shoving around on the heavy laundry carts and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
On the heavy shit.
Yeah.
Then it gets to
Yeah.
right on the bottom of the heel.
Yes, that's a very interesting point about the bottom of the heel thing. I've been having some thoughts about that, but nothing that I could say is very intelligent to say right now.
I mean, they've x-rayed stuff, and they said nothing is showing up.
No, I understand that, but I'm just trying to think about why you would be feeling the pain from that lateral malleolus fracture on the bottom of your heel. But again, more of that perhaps anon after I've had more time to think critically about it. Well, very good. Yeah, very good.
Oh, and they're having some kind of a thing at some group of people are coming in tonight.
Yeah.
And they're going to use a meeting room. I mean, Stacy and James, sales department, they've been in the kitchen cooking up stuff and making stuff up for these people.
Yeah.
Like toothpick foods and stuff. And
oh, I like toothpick
salad
food.
stuff. They're even putting some kind of a shrimp stuff together for these guys.
Well, that sounds pretty good. I hope they leave leave a lot of it over afterwards so that you can bring home some of the stuff.
You got, you know, the large totes like we used to take stuff.
Yeah.
We used to go in.
Oh yeah, those
They
things.
have
Yeah.
one of those, and they've got it packed full of ice and beer for these people.
Oh well. Sure.
Plus, there's about 10 to 12 large bottles of
Yeah.
wine
Yeah.
for these
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about heavy trash bags in the morning.
Well, I was gonna say that sounds like a heck of a do. There, from yeah.
And
Sounds like a good time. Shit.
they've made all these giant bouquets of flowers for them.
Yeah,
in the room.
well, that's a waste of time and money, but I never understood this crap about flowers.
Because there was somebody, I mean, Stacy's been going on about this person, and she's been going on about how she wanted this thing catered and stuff. And Stacy told her, you know, well, we'll just see what we can come up with for you. And, you know, the woman told her what she'd like to have and stuff. So it's more or less, she gave Stacy what she wanted for food that night, and Stacy and James were putting it together.
Well, good. Well, now officially YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on March 19th, 2015 at, again, you know, about 10 after 5 now in the afternoon. And it occurs to me it's March 19th, it's St. Joseph's Day. And no, it's not named after me, because my actual name is Joe, not Joseph. St. Joseph's Day, the day dedicated to the guy who, the ultimate, the guy who took the ultimate one for the team. St. Joseph really took one for the team here. You know, when he became involved as the husband of Mary, or the BVM as some groups call her. Well, I just got thinking about that. I mean, I'm sure, you know, there's tons of guys out there all over the world that, you know, have taken one for the team in that very same way. The basement is essentially dry now. I'm going to turn the heater off tomorrow. I'll run it one more night, and then we can start doing laundry, and it's about time too. It'd be nice if the water would go down in the creek, but it's not flowing quite as fast as it was earlier today. Some developer came around, you know, asking about the property, and I said, you're way too late. You know. And he didn't even try to get me to sell him the Rump property. I've dealt with this guy before. He's actually he's a local guy, and he's a reasonable guy. He's not a jerk like some of these guys can be. And he was up here about 2 or 3 years ago. Well, yeah, almost 3 years ago. And he looked like he was about ready to die. I mean, I thought he had pancreatic cancer. I said to Paul, I think this guy's got pancreatic cancer. I think he's going to cack off. But now he's robust, and he's back, and he's looked great. And I said, you're looking good. And he says, yeah, I taught skiing all winter up at Mad River Mountain, which is a ski joint up here outside Bellefontaine, Ohio. So he came around. He came a little afternoon. I wouldn't let him into the house, so I didn't go outside. I said, look, I'm kind of tied up doing something right now. And so I just talked to him through the door. But, Anyway, that was the adventure for today. So, awful pretty, awful pretty. Now there was a bit of a development today, which I discovered when I went down to get the mail. Oh, around 3:30, I guess. And it seems the electric company has been, the actual electric company has been back today. And actually, what they've done is actually potentially a bit of relatively good news. Let's sort of walk over here and I'll show y'all. Now, obviously here's the electric pole. Here's where there was a stick that was going to mark the new pole, position of the new pole. Somewhere along the way, I think either today or a day or so ago, somebody came and marked the cable with a little orange flag. Actually, a couple of orange flags over there. And then, careful Joe, over here is a red flag stick. It says AEP. So I think AEP itself, the actual companies come out and put this new stick in here where actually they've decided to put the pole over here. And this white flag dude is something that was just something the DOT people stuck in from some sort of Gennaro plan, I think. So I think, yeah, if AEP puts the pole there, that's great. They even have some leeway to come back a little further, and then with their anchor, and that way it won't affect my trees. And as my regular viewers have gathered, I have a real thing about my trees. So that might be good news. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Paul parked his truck up here by the house. He's got an awful lot of chrome on the front end of that thing. I much prefer my my non-chromy front end. Still, those 20-inch tires, good grief. Well, you won't have any trouble in the snow with those boys, particularly as a four-wheel drive. So, alrighty. I think we can say bye-bye now.